Hi, I'm Raf. I'm the Programs Manager of the Mount Pleasant Community Policing Center, and I'm also a trans man. International Transgender Day of Visibility, it first started in 2009, and before that, the only generally well-known day to raise awareness about trans people was Transgender Day of Remembrance, which is on November 20. While Transgender Day of Remembrance is for remembering our dead, Transgender Day of Visibility is where we can acknowledge those of us who are still alive. And so Transgender Day of Visibility is about recognizing our resilience and celebrating our achievements. International Transgender Day of Visibility for me is how I feel like I'm at a place in my life these days where I feel like I'm safe enough to be visible, and I can also acknowledge that there's a level of privilege that comes with the comfortability I have these days with being visible and choosing to be visible. So, to me, visibility means many things, and for some people, it's not an option because there's too much danger in being visibly and openly transgender. And for some people, they don't really have much of a choice, because for some people, if they don't fit within the narrow binary characteristics that is considered the default in society, then you tend to be visible whether or not you want to be. I grew up in the Philippines and I moved to Canada in 2018, and so a lot of my upbringing, it was during a time when there wasn't a lot of visibility or awareness about the trans community. It was when I was finally safe and settled and not worrying about my immigration status, worrying about my life, that I was able to really start to sit down and look at myself in the mirror and address something I just wasn't ready to or safe enough to do so. And so, at 27 years old, I was able to finally look back at the 17-year-old version of me who would bind his chest and just look at the mirror and think about what it could be like. And that 17-year-old kid, he wanted it so badly but didn't even really know what that meant, and also just didn't feel safe. I feel a sense of responsibility over my visibility, and I like to choose moments where I can be visible in a way that it becomes a part of dialogue and conversation with people who may have never met a trans person before. And I'm at a place where I feel confident enough and comfortable enough with talking about it and being a source of education for people. Not every trans person is open to doing that, and it's not something that everyone should be doing or should be expected to do. It's just something that I choose to do. A big reason why I choose to be visible in the work that I do with the Mount Pleasant CPC is I think a community is safer when there's more awareness about different identities, different cultures, different people. When people are more open about cultures and experiences and identities outside of their own, there's less fear, there's less judgment, because hate crimes and discrimination, a lot of that is fueled by ignorance and fear. That's a big reason why I choose to be visible, because at least I can be part of combating misinformation and ignorance in my own way, just by talking about who I am with the people that I interact with day to day at work. Working for the Mount Pleasant Community Policing Center, we want to build a safer community, and part of that is building trust and building relationships and having a sense of openness. And we do that because a safer community is a more connected community. We do that because if someone needs help or if someone has a safety concern, we want them to be comfortable coming to our door. We try to create that comfortable space, that safe space, with our flags on the wall, with our diverse staff team, with the way we present ourselves, and the way we lean into openness and being willing to listen. Because there's a lot of fear right now with the trans community and with a lot of marginalized communities. And so we also understand that there's a lot of fear, with good reason, to be hesitant to approach institutions. So we are a space where we won't judge, and we'll be able to direct them towards the right resource for what they need. For Transgender Day of Visibility, listen to trans people, listen to what they have to say, uplift their voices, and just be open to hearing their stories and understanding where they're coming from. To the trans people out there, at least you know you can come to our office and you will be safe.